welcome you to this final edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone for this week. I am Alimata George.
And I am Sonia Jafal. Stay with us throughout the show as we bring you interviews, sports, entertainment, and many more in these 2 hours of information and learning here on AYV TV and radio. We're broadcasting live from the top of our Tower Hill in the heart of beautiful capital city, Freetown. We encourage your feedbacks and input through our AYV News Facebook page. But first, let's take a quick message from our sponsor, Rokel Commercial Bank. I'll be right back.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rokel Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combra account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service. Showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rokel SIM Copper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, Afri Money, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rokel e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me money, Michael. Can if I can say you may discount people in not to Indy. Michael. Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today, give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness in your life. I send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need the help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them.
With Afri money, we'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party didn't know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean, now una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able send money even if you not use app, even if you not the online. Directly, all you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
Good to see your face again. It's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day. Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the road. To be happy.
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina. Share happiness.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes up waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice is nutritious, it's healthy, and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salone.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on 8th August 2024, Statutory Instrument Number 8 of 2024 regarding the conduct of nationwide population and housing census was successfully laid in Parliament. On 29th August 2024, this statutory instrument became effective following 21 days from its laying. Therefore, in line with the decennial census calendar, I am pleased to announce that my government will conduct a nationwide population and housing census.
It's 2026, we dey get with census. Make all man tell him fambulem, and we responsibility for bring development. Make all man tell him fambulem. From the east to the west, blah blah blah. From the north to the south, blah blah. No matter how you dare or you try, blah blah blah. You want to call mama or papa, blah blah blah. One pikin or grandpa, blah blah blah. Auntie or uncle, blah 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 blah. What you do? May they call to you. One people, one nation. May they call to you. Now we number go build salon. May they call to you. No person say you not here. May they call to you. May they call to you.
I'm a papa. Make we come together now. Brother, sister. Nothing saying no matter, no. No left behind, no. This night you 10 for. Can join the census. Salon now we on.
Okay, well, show me your name. Show me your address. For make you go join now the plan. The census go make you get the access. For make you go vote now this land. Let the all you. If you don't want make them country again, make them creep you. Cause this time you're salon for right.
See what you better say, Kekabo Aduo. We bring good news, salon people here you. Census don't come again. We ready for contact, sky from the young to the old. Say the census go help make development day. Allow me then continue till you know go pay. It go help plan more schools, hospital and lights, even water for you community. Who say you there?
May they call to you. One people, one nation. May they call to you. Now we number go build salon. May they call to you. No person say you not here. May they call to you. May they call to you. Census they come, the other we cooperate. Tell mama and papa, then get for country we all dear, make we all ready. Census go help for make we know we serve and who say we stand. If you claim say you love salon, who say development day, na day you for day.
Yambo tegina, mimbo tegina. Mingo teteke biambe. Ka 2026 census na me right, census na you right. Family. Imagine if they count everybody, they left you out.
Amulemba kotumo bawa, upoka kufuni ngesa gbele tuwa. Konya, ye amubuji hule panda. Wabulo le tabo bawa baya ganga. Ye tumo bawa mudagbe behave. Kometi ya kuo salon bate mukoleva. Nyabi yina na metabo bawa na. Do mama kome kolabo ganya delega ina.
Kakotone dim din dang, dim din dang, dim din dang. Katap kata ting anka pe kata konkel, anka pe kata panganda yer. Abageto baget, aindo gor. Akalene, samo chamu, agatamu, tarentamu. Donye, mama marita kakontu.
I may see me one day,
oh, my cool. Mama, may they call you. Yeah, one people, one nation. May they call you. Yeah, now we number go bills alone. May they call you. Yeah, no person say you not here. May they call you. Yeah, may they call you. Yeah.
Back. This is Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV television and radio here in Freetown, Sierra Leone. Don't forget, you can always send in your comments and inputs on our Facebook page, AYV News.
And coming up in the program today, the UN Assistant Secretary General for the Youth Affairs, Dr. Felipe Paullier, will be speaking on his high-level visit to Sierra Leone, focuses on strengthening the partnership between UN and Sierra Leone to advance youth leadership and innovation.
And Dr. Khadijatu Grace Kamara, a licensed psychologist, senior public servant and global leadership advocate, speaks on her new book, The Different Kind of Power, a transformative work, redefining leadership through empathy, service, and quiet strength. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints holds their 196th Annual General Conference this April 2026, an Easter worship experience. And also in the program today, we will be having Aminish, who is the first runner-up for the Housemaid Season 4. And she'll be speaking on her video premiering titled Spoil 'em. Don't forget, now you can get us on YouTube, of course, TikTok, we're in all these social media handles. And now in our first segment, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints will be holding their 196th Annual General Conference this April 2026. It's going to be an Easter worship experience. The General Conference provides an opportunity to receive personal revelation as general church leaders give counsel and direction from the Lord. The conference has been themed Greater Love. So this morning, to talk about the conference and more, we have Rashid Smart, State President of the Kisii Sierra Leone State. And of course, we have Kumba Rebecca Kalilu, State Relief Society President, Kaneshi State. And in our studio, we also have Henny, George, and Sumana, Stake Young Single Adult Representative. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Sierra Leone on your IB television. I'm going to start with you, Rashid Smart. So the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints do hold General Conference twice in a year. What must we expect from this conference this year?
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Radio Land. We are so very happy to be here today and to share with you our expectations in our forthcoming conference, General Conference. Like you rightly said, General Conferences are held twice a year. We have the last one in October, and then we have the upcoming one in April. Tomorrow, to be specific, it will start, and then next tomorrow. The theme of the conference, like you rightly said, Greater Love. This year's conference, we are commemorating it with the Easter Sunday, which actually gives us the opportunity to share with the world the greater love that Heavenly Father has for us. You know, as it is written in John 15:13, which says that no greater love than this, that a man should lay down his life for his friend. And this we will see in the General Conference, how Heavenly Father sent His Son Jesus Christ to die for the sins of every one of us, which actually demonstrates the kinds of love that He has for us as children. And so in this General Conference, we expect this love to be exhibited. We also expect to see inspired messages from our leaders, which will actually help bless our lives and the lives of all the people living in the world. And so these are some of the things we are expecting in this general conference that will commence tomorrow and next tomorrow.
Okay, so the 4th and the 5th?
Yes.
So Mr. Smart, I mean, one thing that makes the LDS, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, very peculiar is how you people spread love. I've been to your office, your headquarters at Dozak, is it? And the moment I stepped in, I felt loved. I felt like I was a part of these people. So that is something that's peculiar about the LDS. Are we expecting, I mean, does the invitation, are you going to send invitation out to people who are not particularly or specifically LDS members? Is it open to the public?
The love that Heavenly Father has for us, it's for all of His children. And so, irrespective of your circumstances, we invite every man and woman to this conference. The conference will be held actually in Salt Lake City, Utah, but there will be a live broadcast, which we are into segment to be able to actually watch it. In our local congregations, we can watch it in our chapels. We can also watch it in the channels, which we will later on release to the public. And you can even be in your home and be able to watch this conference. But the good part of it is that when you watch the conference and listen to these inspired men of God, you see the kind of transformation you receive. Actually, you followed through what they are telling us and what they are saying to us. And that is the significance of this conference, which we are requesting everybody to be able to watch this conference and receive their own blessings.
Okay, well, let's go to Madam Kuba. So, of course, this general conference is going to be happening tomorrow. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So, it's basically going to be also a time for personal revelation to whomsoever be attending. So, I'd like to know, what advice do you have for women who are coming to this Easter experience, seeking specific answers and all?
Thank you very much, and I'm grateful being here. And good morning to all viewers. To my fellow women or sisters, my advice is, let's prepare our hearts. Let's prepare our minds, both physically and spiritually. Let's open our ears as we listen to the prophet, to the messages that they have for us. Let's ponder over those messages and try to pick something out of those messages and apply them in our daily lives. As we apply those messages, they will bring changes into our lives. Because as sisters, our motto of the Relief Society is charity never faileth. And that is the pure love of Christ. Then Christ came on earth and demonstrated that love. And we are expected as followers of Christ, as sisters, to also demonstrate such love to our fellow beings. So when we come, let's prepare both physically and spiritually, that when we get out there after the conference, we may also have something that we can display in the world, to the world, not only to ourselves, but to the community, that our people may see the difference in us.
Okay. So, of course, like you rightly mentioned, some of us know the reality that are happening with women, to be specific, you know, given by what happened in their homes, work life, and so many other things, so many other chaos. So I believe latter days the church is not just there probably to just some revolution for everybody, but also how they're also impacting or influencing women to, how shall I say, find solace in Christ. So what are the other activities and things that you do apart from the conference in trying to bring women together, trying to help them with their mental health, and try to see how they could connect themselves with Christ just for a peace of mind? Because mind you, a woman with a peace of mind and a peace of heart will be able to run a home properly, run the whatever activities, whether it be business or whatsoever, with a proper mindset. So what are the other activities that you've been doing so far?
Thank you so very much. As Relief Society sisters, we have so many activities, and one of our purposes is to strengthen families in our homes, because when there is peace, when there is love, then that extends to the world. So we have so many activities. We have our enrichment activities where we bring sisters on board. We teach them. They learn something, trade. They use their hands. And as they go out there, they also display such wherein they can get income. Because you know today, without income in the home, there is problem. And we cannot leave everything to the men. Leaving everything, you know you are a woman.
Of course.
Leaving everything to the men, it brings problem in the home.
Absolutely.
So we emphasize on that. Learn something. We have the Perpetual Education Fund, which we give out to sisters, even elders of the church. Go and learn something. Not only the skills aspect, but the educational aspect. If you are fit within those areas, go and learn so that you'll be able to bring something to your home and also strengthen your home.
Okay, so Mr. President, so as Alima actually mentioned something about how the way you people spread love everywhere. So, and of course, Madam Kumba just mentioned about how shall I say, supporting women by giving them probably funds and to start up business. And from what I meant to understand, I heard your church doesn't receive, is it tithe, if I'm right?
We do.
Correct?
We do.
Offerings, I would say. You don't do offerings
in a
or
way,
in a personal way.
In a very structural way.
Okay.
And what we don't do is we don't pass baskets around.
Of course.
But then we have a very formalized way whereby we pay our tithings and other offerings. So in the church, a global church that is very accountable, we issue out donation slips. And those donation slips, within yourself, we relied on your honesty to be able to tell how much you are being paid. And we know that we pay our tithes 1/10 of our increase. Okay. So 1/10 of that of your increase within yourself and your familyhood, you will be able to determine how much 1/10 of your earnings is, and be able to put that, write it on the donation slip. If you want to give other offerings, other developmental these things, they are all lined up on that slip. So you fill it out and then take it to the bishop.
Okay. Well,
and then when you take it to the bishop, you will now have a receipt of how much you have paid. And that fund goes straight into the consolidated fund.
And that's how you help other people within the church. Okay, well, you've answered that, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Nsmana, let me bring you in. So you are the young adult president.
Well, I am a representative.
Representative. Okay, so what does this conference mean for the youth within the LDS?
Okay, thank you for that question. This general conference has served as a way of hope and a way of joy for us as young people, because during general conference we listen to inspiring messages of love that bring us to the acknowledgement of God's love for us. And as young people, we derive hope and love from general conference, as it really boosts or fosters our hope to continue despite the difficulties or challenges that we might face as young people, especially in the church and in the world as a whole.
So Mr. Nsmana, in a society wherein the youths have been ravaged by drugs and other uncomfortable situations like unemployment, lack of opportunities, you know, usually the youths do complain that they get into these addictions because they don't have the opportunities to do better. They don't have jobs, even if they have their qualifications and the like. What can you say as an LDS member and of course a youth stakeholder within the LDS membership? What can you say? What message can you send to youths across the country and beyond?
One of my favorite apostles of the church once said that whenever you're at your rock bottom, you are with the rock, which is Jesus Christ. So to the youth out there who are struggling or having difficulties, I'd like you to look up to Jesus Christ and hopefully gain hope and love from General Conference, as General Conference brings you inspiring messages that will bring hope to you as a person. And personally, as a young person, I have had these difficult times for myself. And General Conference has brought me to the realization of this love that God has for us. And whenever I hit rock bottom, I remember that I cannot fall deeper or farther away from the love that Jesus Christ and God has for us. So if we get that realization as young people, and then we believe that all will be well through the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is being taught, we will actually feel peace and hope in our lives.
Well, some youth might be watching you right now, and based on what you just said, they might want to experience that peace as well. So they might be thinking, if I want to be a part of this conference, how do I go about it?
You could join us watching General Conference on the church's official website, which is churchofjesuschrist.org. Also, it will be streamed live on YouTube and also AYV TV, where you can get the experience that I talk of, which is the experience of peace and love that comes from our apostles and prophets by the Savior Jesus Christ.
Well, many of these addicts do not have access to phones and all of these things that they would need to stream and to view. Is there no opportunity for them to walk in? Are we going to have somewhere here in Sierra Leone where people can walk in and join the conference?
Definitely. All the church buildings are open to everyone, and everyone is invited to come on Saturday and on Sunday to come watch General Conference live with us. It will be streamed in every ward and stake building, where anyone can walk in and actually have the experience and watch General Conference with us.
Okay. So, Henry, of course, you're our youth representative, as you rightly mentioned. And we all know how peer influence can be of a great serious situation in this country. But for your own case, it will be quite a positive one for you to influence someone because you're trying to bring them closer to God. So I would like to know, how have you been of a great influence by trying to convince young people out there, not just within your comfortable zone, but out there, reaching out to them? Because, more be realistic. These people and go say, if God not get for can go, the money don't pass, will go for now. And all. So what are the impacts that you've created in trying to bring more young people on board, not just, how shall I say, the average people who are doing well, but even those of the poor ones who are more vulnerable to things happening in the country?
Okay, so the church is a missionary-led church, wherein young people like myself are give 2 years or a year and a half of their lives to go out there and teach people of this love and the gospel of Jesus Christ. I myself participated in this 2 years ago, where I served in the Republic of Congo, Brazzaville, and then I taught people who do not have this access. So around Sierra Leone, everywhere in Sierra Leone, in Bo, in Kenema, and everywhere else in Sierra Leone, we have these young people who go out there every day with a tag and a white shirt and a tie, teaching these people about this gospel. So I believe the impact is there as young people, and we as youths who are not more missionaries, we have youth-led ministry in that we go out there by groups, we go out teaching people, inviting them as well to come unto Christ.
So I believe there might be sort of a data or statistics of probably amount that, or maybe there is a goal of how many youths do you're targeting per annum or whatsoever. So is there a specific amount? Do you see the numbers growing, or are they depreciating, or did you guys by any means ever even take note of all that?
Definitely. The church is growing immensely here in Sierra Leone, as we find the church growing everywhere now, all the way to Kabbalah and Cambia and everywhere here in Sierra Leone and in Freetown, to be specific. So I believe there might not be a fixed amount of number, but then there's huge development and growth in the youth participation in church.
Okay.
Madam Kumba, let me bring you in here. So, well, we all are aware that Sierra Leone is a very vibrant, religious community. And you find many people saying, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, I'm LDS, or I'm this and that. And when they're within the church edifice, they're all holy, pleasant, and nice. But then when they come out, most times, it's something different. How does the church help its members translate their faith into actual impact, in the society? This is something you are known for. I don't even know how you people are able to manage that and achieve all the love you're spreading around. But how do you get your members to translate this faith into a real societal impact out of the church?
Thank you very much. Speaking about you being a Christian depends on an individual. Your attitude, your behavior, the way you present yourself within your community. And we do not only tell our sisters or members to behave well in church. We also teach them, and when you go through the conference, you listen to the messages. It teaches you what to do, how you should live your life out there. From your example, how you live your life, others will follow. If you are living an awkward life, a life that is not presentable, then you are not setting a brighter example. So this is how we teach our women, our members. When you get out there, show love, live a life of Christ. Follow the example of Christ. Don't only show love to your members, but extend that love within your community, your workplaces. And when others see, they will follow your example. And that's how we communicate with them. We live by example.
Okay. So does the LDS have branches across the country as we speak?
We have branches all over the country. And not only the country, worldwide.
Okay.
As I speak to you, there are more branches that are to come up. So we have missionaries, as my brother just said, missionaries that they go out, teach people, tell them what they should do. But as I said, it's left with you. Conversion doesn't come from me. It comes from you, how prepared you are. Are you ready to be converted? It comes from you. So we do our own part. We play our own role. And then we go out there and practice what we learn and what we play so that others may follow.
Okay, so you say you have branches across the country.
Yeah.
So this conference, is it going to bring together all of these people across the country in one building, or are the other people who are not in Freetown, are they going to be watching from their own churches? Possibly you would have some technological arrangements wherein they would have their TV and there will be a central place wherein the speakers will be, and then what is it going to look like?
Thank you very much, my sister. This church is a well-organized church.
Okay.
A church with a standard. And we will not take sisters or members from Bo and bring them here.
Okay.
We meet in our local premises, in our church premises, where we gather a few members to watch the conference, or even in your homes, or as a family setting. It is not restricted that you have to come over. We do that in our various areas, like Bo, they have theirs, Freetown have theirs, McKinney, Maburuka, and so forth. So that is how we do it. We do not bring everybody together.
Okay.
No.
All right. So Mr. Smart, as a stake president, of course, we all know that not just Sierra Leone, but the world is facing economic challenges at the moment. And for many people, their spirituality can be affected when they have to think about what to eat, how to move about, you know, their mental states might be disturbed, a lot of things. And most times, these things fall on your shoulders as leaders. So as a stake president, what are some of the spiritual challenges your members face as it is now, and how is the church responding to these challenges?
Thank you very much. It's a quite interesting question, because all over the world we are now being faced with so much of global challenges. And quoting from our beloved president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints of blessed memory, President Nelson once said that in the coming days, it will not be easy to survive spiritually without the guidance of the Holy Spirit. And how do we get the guidance of this Holy Spirit? In spite of the difficult challenges that we find ourselves, the Lord has always counseled with us to be able to keep His commandment. And when we keep the commandment and we obey the commandment of our Father in heaven, a lot of blessings we'll be able to receive amidst all these difficult challenges that we face in the world. So one of those messages we teach our members, that indeed we are in perilous times. Things are difficult, things are changing, things are happening. And for us to remain steadfast in the gospel of Jesus Christ, we must be able to demonstrate a deeper love for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And the more reason the conferences also are being set up so that it will help address these numerous problems that we are all having. When we approach the general conference, most of the things that are happening around the world, inspired men of God who have been prayerfully selected to speak in those conferences will be able to speak to us. That will be a kind of uplifting. My brother said the conference will look up forward to the conference to get so much hope. And it is that hope that is very much important, because once there is life, there is always hope. It is only when there is no life, then you are hopeless. Otherwise, we continue to pray. We continue to do the things of our Father in heaven and firmly hope that one day these many problems that we are into will be addressed. And also, in addition to what my brother said about the young generation, he himself said he went to serve a mission. And because he served a mission, his life is now being remodeled. And he can now be a kind of a decent young man within society. So that is not the only one. If we check statistics, it has been over thousands of Sierra Leoneans that have also been given the opportunity to go and serve a full-time mission, including my very self. In 1999 to 2001, I went to serve a full-time mission in Nigeria, Port Harcourt mission. And having come, I did not only go alone, I went with several other colleagues, Sierra Leoneans alike. And since those periods, a lot of Sierra Leoneans, young people within the age bracket of 18 to 26 for male, and for the women between 18 now to 30 or 29, we go and serve a full-time mission. And that mission will serve as a transformative thing for each and every one of us. When you come back, your life is being rebranded, you will be cool in the society, you also follow the things of our Father in heaven. We are also being broken down into branches. The next question to my sister. We are broken down into branches so that an individual that is presiding over that branch will not be overburdened in terms of monitoring the spirituality of their members. And so, severally we have interviews with our members, because we want them to also exhibit this behavior that they receive in church and elsewhere. We interview them, we PPI them, we call them to interview and ask, how are they doing? How are they utilizing the principles of the gospel out there? And at interval, when we conduct this interview, it tells us the level of their spirituality they are exhibiting out there and also within the church. We have a lot of metrics that will check that on.
Okay, so lastly, before we go, so as we all know, mental health has been something that people don't tend to really focus on in Sierra Leone. And Africans in general, majority does not believe in anything called therapy. So, Madam Kuma, of course, you are part of a department, the Relief Society department. You know, the word relief itself clearly tells about, how shall I say, you probably serve as a mother who helps people, talk to them, counsel them, and all these type of things. So is there any specific or private session that you probably have with church members or potential church members that may want to be part of it, but facing serious difficulties in life, but yet, you know how society is, how things in Sierra Leone. Then you say you go to help us with business, so they become a new storeman. And sometimes you don't really want those type of cases to happen. So due to that particular situation that has been happening, it's even difficult for someone to even confide in people, to tell them their problems, unless they really actually do trust those people. So is there any form of a private session that you people do offer to members that are going through so much, just to ensure they keep the faith? Because mind you, sometimes the things that happens in life do challenge our faith as Christians or even as religious people, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I earlier on said, that the church is a unique church, and it is an organized church. We have the Relief Society president in each ward, and if we have any member, and we have the quorum president in each ward. And talking about the quorum president, they are responsible for the men. And the Relief Society president responsible for the women. And there we have our bishops. Talking about confidentiality, that's the thing that we focus on with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We trust our leaders so much. Making them a leader, it's because we trust them.
Absolutely.
If we don't trust them, we won't put them there. And we know that they have been called of God. And as for the Relief Society, if we have sisters like that, we counsel with them. They trust our Relief Society president. They speak out. They tell them their problems. And after counseling with them, they reach that problem to the bishop. And the bishop will call them for counseling. So that is how it is done. And with the men, the elder quorum counsel with them. And whatsoever you see or hear from that person, it should be in confidence. That's what we believe in. And that is how we carried it out.
Okay, so
Mr. Ansmana, as we round up, what will be your final words to not just the youth, but to every person watching you now that would want to be a part of this conference?
My final message will be come and see that the Jesus Christ who we spoke about or who we speak about, he lives today, and then he teaches us, and then he testifies that he does love us through his prophets and apostles. So come join us for General Conference this April and feel the love and hope that God has for us. And then we will be blessed, and then we'll feel this love through our hearts, and we will be a better or the best generation that will ever live.
Can you take us through the location, the time, and how they can get there?
Sure. The church is located everywhere, as I say. You could...
specific addresses, please, just for people watching now and don't know these addresses.
Well, you could come to Douazac, just by Douazac Junction. There's a chapel there, and there's one as well at Congo Cross that you could visit. And there's one as well at Kisi, Old Road Kisi. There's a building there where you could visit as well, and then watch General Conference.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Smart, of course, Madam Kumba, and Mr. Nsmana. Thank you for joining us on Wake Up Early this morning. This is where we'll end this segment of the program, and we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the second segment.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rocal Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combra account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service. Showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rocal SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, AfriMoney, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rocal e-banking today. Then now, visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rocal Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me my money, Michael. Can if I kiss a young women this can people in not to Indy. Today you dey pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today you dey give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness na life. I dey send back money, but trust me, today na the very last day I dey ever send money for now.
I don't need the help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able to send money. Now Baku Africa countries them.
With Afri money, we'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party didn't know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. Una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able to send money even if you not use app, even if you not the online. Directly, all you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
Good to see your face again. It's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day.
Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the roll.
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes out waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice and nutritious, a healthy and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salone. Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV television and listening to us on radio 101.7 FM. So for our second segment, the UN Assistant Secretary General, Dr. Felipe Paullier, has completed a high-level visit to Sierra Leone from March 30 to April 1st, 2026. The mission, which was his first official visit to the country, focused on strengthening the partnership between the United Nations and Sierra Leone to advance youth leadership, innovation, and economic inclusion. During Freetown engagement, Dr. Paullier convened strategic dialogue with government officials, civil society groups, youth organization, and development partners. Discussions center on collaborative mechanism to elevate young people participation in national transformation, among other things. So this morning we'll be discussing with him.
Also in the studios we have been joined by Dr. Khadija Grace Kamara, a licensed psychologist, senior public servant, and global leadership advocate, who last week officially unveiled her new book, The Different Kind of Power, a transformative work redefining leadership through empathy, service, and quiet strength, drawing from over 15 years of experience in psychology, governance, youth mentorship, and post-conflict nation building. The book challenges dominant leadership narratives that equate power with control and domination. Instead of it offers a human-centered framework rooted in dignity, courage, and ethical responsibility. Dr. Khadija Grace Kamara is here to talk more about her book.
Okay, so of course, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, our beautiful lady, and of course our gentleman. Welcome. It's a pleasure having both of you here. So of course, Paullier, let's begin first. So how many cassava leaf have you been served since you came?
I've had one.
Well,
I have to say,
it
was very good. I was telling the deputy minister on the backside, a bit spicy. I come from a region in the world, I'm from Latin America, where in the south we don't eat a lot of spicy food, but I'm getting used to it because now I'm traveling so much, and it's always good to taste what people like, the beauty of each country. So I had it actually when I was in Central University. I had the chance to visit Central University on Wednesday, and we had at the end of the event a lunch with some students, and we tried the cassava leaf, and it was very good.
Of course, that's one of our favorite dishes, for Sri Lanka. There's no way you come to Sri Lanka without having a taste of that. It's compulsory.
But I've heard that you have it with palm oil or with coconut oil.
Yes,
no?
either or. Many more other
Olive
oils, actually.
oil, palm
Yes.
Okay, I think the one I tried was with palm oil.
The red one?
So I need to try the one with coconut oil. That's the one they said is very good also.
Actually, yeah, it is the best for everybody, of course. So welcome. We're actually excited and happy to have you here with us. It's quite a great opportunity for Sierra Leone, I would say. Clearly shows that we're moving in the right direction, and we're getting there little by little. So of course, I would like to know what specific initiative will the UN and Sierra Leone implement to strengthen the youth leadership, and also to try to see how is it that this innovation that you're trying to, how shall I say, implement or bring here to Sierra Leone is going to impact the youth specifically.
So allow me to start maybe a little bit before that. So as you know, Sierra Leone during 2024 and 25 was a member of the Security Council of the UN. The essence of the UN is actually being an intergovernmental organization and the unique one where the world comes together, no? Right. 193 countries coming together under one platform on those common challenges and opportunities. So Sierra Leone, during their term in the Security Council, put a lot of emphasis on youth, and actually championed for the Security Council to have a new resolution, a new commitment about the importance of young people's role in peace-building efforts, no? From prevention to really participation, but also reintegration. And since I have been in my role, we've been working very closely with Sierra Leone at that level. And now being here in the country, it's an opportunity to learn actually what is happening at the country level. Now I've seen Sierra Leone's global commitment, and we're very thankful for that. From a broader UN angle, because the UN needs countries like Sierra Leone really defending the importance of the UN, but also from a youth angle, no? Having countries that are ready to champion seriously on youth issues, not in a tokenistic way, but really taking it serious. Being here in Sierra Leone has been an opportunity to learn more directly, to engage with government officials, with young people from the country, from civil society to youth leaders, and also to work a lot with the UN here in Sierra Leone. There is a big presence of the UN here, many funds and programs working at different levels. I had the chance to visit some of the projects where IOM is supporting young returnees in terms of skills development. UNIDO is supporting skills development. UNDP is supporting governance at the highest level of the government to put youth at the center, but also entrepreneurs, to UNICEF and UNFPA promoting youth participation and girls and women's empowerment. And I think after a few days here, the most important outcome is it's about having a much more coherent and coordinated approach from the UN side. So under the leadership of the government, which is the one that needs to guide, which are the priorities, the vision for development, how the UN and the broader international community can support Sierra Leone on its own priorities. And I think what came very strongly is that the UN is doing a lot on youth already here, concrete programs, services, initiatives, but also there's place for improvement in how we come more together to support the government, to support, of course, the Ministry of Youth. And I had the chance to engage a lot with the minister these days, a young minister, very committed, very open also to engage with youth in a one-to-one way, but also how we go into the broader governance, because when we're talking about youth issues, it's not the responsibility of one ministry. In a country like Sierra Leone, where the majority of the population is young, is how we mainstream this across the government, how we create spaces at the governance level where we bring the government together to support youth issues, but then each part of the government, each part of the UN takes their responsibility on their specificities. So that's some reflections of these few days here.
Okay, so like you rightly mentioned, sometimes trying to really understand what's happening or the things that people are facing, you have to bring the youth themselves to be part of it. So has there been any engagement with ensuring that probably these, I wouldn't call them small organizations, youth organizations, but they do play a vital role because they understand the actual, crisis that youths are facing in the country. So apart from just, bringing UN, government and other people, have you actually bring the actual people who are facing this crisis to be part of this decision making to ensure their voices are heard, not just, whatever the government or other people are telling you?
Absolutely. So every time with my team, every time where we are planning a mission, and I've been 2 years and 4 months in this role now, so I have the possibility of visiting every region of the world. Of course, time is never enough, and 193 countries are a lot. So I'm not sure I will be able to visit all countries during my role in the UN. But for us, it's very critical that we tap on those at least three groups of organizations. The government is very critical, the UN is very critical, but as you were mentioning, young people themselves and civil society organizations. And yes, we had multiple of those spaces. Maybe I want to highlight 3 of them. We had one yesterday at the UNFPA house with UNICEF and UNFPA youth advocates, so young people that have been supported through projects during the last few years. And I think what I got from there is the importance of really leaving no one behind. I think young people are always the moral compass. They were really bringing to the table the challenges for gender equality that are still remaining in this country and worldwide. They were also bringing the importance that we keep a strong emphasis on supporting young people with disabilities, in terms of inclusion. We had another one very interesting yesterday with young people in Unfiltered, I think was the format, with the Ministry of Youth, and that was, I have to say, a hard one for the minister and also for myself. But I think that's the openness we need to have when we are in a role of responsibility. Like we are here to serve the people, so we need to be open to receive critics, to receive comments, to receive and to be able also to explain some things, because sometimes if we don't give the information, if we don't explain, people will take assumptions of why things are happening. And maybe the last one I want to highlight was I had the chance to visit a girls and women empowerment organization here supported by UNFPA. It's called GATNet. So wonderful to see that youth-led project, women-led project, where they're creating a safe space for young women in this country, and we talk about very serious topics like child marriage, like gender-based violence, like female genital mutilation, and things that are, of course, hard things where there's a huge progress, but there's still a need to support young women, to support young girls, and to create safe spaces for them. So I would say that's some of the key things that I kept in my mind of these days.
Felipe, it's obvious you've had engagements with several sectors in the country already, and you've done your homework. So at this point, what would be your honest and fair assessment of the state of youth empowerment in the country?
So I would say every time we talk about these topics, the importance also is to be data driven, So of course we all get perceptions, but they're like just perceptions, and none of us we have a chance to get up to everything and to know everything, and it's very hard for someone that comes from outside for a few days to really have a full picture. I would say one of the things I want to highlight that I learned these days is the honesty and the courage of the government to have this status of the youth report. I think that's a substantive piece of policy that was done by the government with the support of the World Bank, of UNFPA, of UNICEF, and I think some other organizations. And I would say that's the most critical kind of compass in where to go, because that has data, evidence, that has also participation of young people bringing their voices to really address the huge challenges that are still in the country, in terms of access to decent jobs, in terms to access to some educational services in some parts of the country, in terms of the challenges also on migration, so that's one part, but I would say that's a real compass we need to use when we are addressing and discussing on youth issues in any country, and in the case of Sierra Leone we have one, and that's not something that every country has. So it's not something to take for granted, because that requires courage, again I mentioned, because when you open data, of course there's things that are not always doing well, and then you know where to tap. Instead of, but also on the other hand, I would say, for me, what I got these days is also the passion and the creativity of the people, of the young people of Sierra Leone, So young people are not waiting also. They are not waiting just for the government to solve their issues or for the UN to solve their issues. They are doing it themselves, and they are claiming their space also to collaborate and to partner. And I think there's a big room for partnership here, So I think that spaces like the coordination mechanism that the government established, where you're bringing the private sector, the international community, and the government and civil society, I think those spaces need to be empowered, because the truth is that some of the key challenges on economic issues, on access to job, on access to skills, are not possibly to be solved by the government only. The government has definitely a responsibility to create the policy, to create the space, but the truth is this needs a whole society approach, and the partnership piece is so critical.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming that such visits and engagements are all geared towards having an insight on what the problems are and how problems can be solved, and just getting a perspective of what the youths are facing, what they want to do, what are their plans, what's driving their passion, and the like. So you are a representative from the United Nations. At this point, I would want to ask, what concrete partnerships would you propose, or the United Nations propose, that would translate these dialogues into true benefits for the youth in Sierra Leone?
So I have to say that these are structural issues. When we're talking about economic empowerment, support to young women and girls, when we're talking about access to services, these are not solved by one thing. No, this requires structural transformation. So, as a UN, we're trying to work at 3 levels. The first one is really empowering and create a stronger governance mechanism. No? And that's why the UN here is supporting those spaces where the government is creating this infrastructure, which is very needed to move into structural transformation. No? And moving also from specific projects into scale impact things. And that's the second piece, no? The coordination part. We had these days very also honest discussions with the country team here, bringing together the whole of the leadership of the UN. You know, there's multiple entities of the UN here present in Sierra Leone to really discuss what are the possibilities of improvement, no? Like strengthening the youth working group that the UN has at the heart, to putting also youth at the center of business operation models of the UN in Sierra Leone. That's the way, and we're driving forward. And then when it's about programs and services, I think there's an opportunity for more joint action, where we are bringing the expertise of the different of these projects that are tapping similar things from different angles together to have more scale impact projects. My office, since it was established, we're also trying to push the agenda at the highest level of the UN, because that's where we create the space for the policies and the services to thrive. No? So our office is mainly focusing on the policy and the politic level of the UN. And then through the UN Youth Strategy, that we are the guardians. I like to see our office as the guardian of that strategy, because the UN has a commitment on youth with several indicators where country teams are accountable. And the country team in Sierra Leone of the UN is accountable to how they are driving this agenda forward. So our office is trying also to open more spaces. No? So we are in strong processes working with the financial institutions, with the different big funds and programs of the UN, so how we can continue to enlarge. No? The UN is doing a lot on youth to support governments, but it's never enough. No? And that's where we are driving.
Okay, let me bring in Dr. Grace Camara. So you've just written a new book titled The Different Kind of Power. You're a doctor, a trained psychologist, am I correct? So many people would think, what is the doctor doing with writing a book on power? Tell us something about the title, The Different Kind of Power.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. It's always a pleasure being at the AYV. What this project or this movement is, because that's what I see and that's what I would call it, is, you know, there comes a time in one's life where you don't just want to leave life, but you want to not only make an indelible mark, but create an impact where your name is inscribed in the worlds of who did this, what were the yielding results. So for Different Kind of Power was inspired by my grandmother. As a kid, I watched my grandmother grow. She raised 13 kids, 12 girls and a boy. She never raised her voice. It was her eyes and her hands.
She never raised her voice?
No, she never screamed. So she used soft power to raise both her kids, her grandkids, the community that believed in her. For me, I looked at her as a woman king. A woman, she never entered the corridors of any educational institution, but she used that soft power as a traditional female feminist to serve not only her own children, but the community wherever she found herself. And leaving this country, going to the United States, how I was raised as a kid and how I am now coming back to serve my people is two different kinds of power. And being given an opportunity to serve as the currently serving Deputy Minister of Tourism, serving in governance, it's also a different kind of power that I see. So I sat down. The whole idea of this is to solve a problem. Because Sierra Leone, we complain, we point fingers, oh, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that, but then we're not actually solving the problem. So with the different kind of power is actually a roadmap for us to understand that we cannot always be thinking one way in terms of power, but there's an other kind of power. I specifically omitted the S because I wanted to focus on a specific kind of power, which is a soft power, which is the most powerful that people don't really know about. I never really liked to write. So this is my 10th book. I started writing, telling my stories, how I fought my demons and how I overcame. And then now to this. I did feature former presidents, President Nelson Mandela, which I think is the greatest gift that Africa has ever had in form of leadership. The Ugandan presidency, not the president, but the presidency. Dramani Mahama of Ghana, and then of course, my beloved president, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, and other leaders. I feature them in this book because I wanted the young people, young professionals, to read this book and understand that all these people exhibited different ways of serving and using and exhibiting power, but they all within them had some sort of a soft power.
So, of course, you often, how shall I say, it's quite an impressive book. I did watch it on Facebook, your launching and everything, and people did appreciate it. So you often spoke about brokenness. How can you turn brokenness to that of boldness, of course. So can you share a moment with us from your career, a significant challenge that you may have faced, but tried in a way overcome it without, like you mentioned, the method of your grandma, using a soft power to control everything around her. So I'd like to know what are the other significant powers that you, as an individual who wrote this book, actually have applied in cases where you face a lot of challenges?
So for me, really, one of the things that I have mastered is to self-train myself, to have self-discipline and be self-aware. When you know who you are, where you come from, where you're headed, you will understand the dynamics of things happening around you, and you are able to sizzle down or you're able to scale up. So there had been incidents where I have been pushed aside, stepped upon, trampled upon, called different kinds of names outside of my name. But instead of being angry and reacting negatively, I'll smile and go back into my small room and say to myself, Khadija, you know who you are, you're bigger than this. And so I have my own coping mechanisms, which of course, I'm a creative. I create everything that somebody thinks is trash, I turn into a masterpiece. So I'll go into that creative space in my head and really redirect the energy and recreate and turn things around for myself. Once I'm back feeling myself, then I go back, not in retaliation, but in my own subtle and soft way, redesign whatever the energy and the dynamics has been.
Oh, Doctor, in governance and of course in public institutions, especially in Sierra Leone, power is most times associated with authority. How practical is your concept, the quiet strength, in these institutions and public offices here in Sierra Leone as a case study?
So the time is now, as Felipe said, the young people are hungry. The young people are just really tired of being where they are at and they want to scale up. And so the time is now because Africa as a whole is rising. In Africa in general, power is one thing that people use, commandeering and other stuff. I think the way to go now is redirecting ourselves. Redirection is the way to go, not in that firmness, not in a rude way, not in a I am in charge kind of way, but coming down to the level of whoever it is you're dealing with and having them understand that you can use your power, but in a very subtle way. And not by you explaining to them, it's actually by you acting. And some can follow, some will not. It's a battle that we have to fight, and somebody has to start it. I have, in a very polite way, I have started, this is my battle, the different kind of power, where I serve you knowledge, and you use that knowledge for yourself and for the betterment of, rebuilding and rebranding Sierra Leone.
So kindly elaborate more on the discipline of redirecting power. I believe you mentioned that specific point on Rise Radio, and it seems to be quite catchy, and people are interested, like you mentioned. In Sierra Leone, or I wouldn't say Sierra Leone, some other parts, people believe that when you have a certain power, you should be loud, you should be arrogant and all sort of things because you have powers. But then you mentioned how you can redirect those power with some certain discipline. So can you please take us through that?
So let me say this before I answer your question. Sierra Leone, we're turning 65 this month. I'm not worried about the 65 years. It's gone, it's past, it's behind us. But what happens to the next 65 years to come if we continue to use that kind of power? The world is changing, the world is evolving, everybody wants growth. But in Sierra Leone, we're just impatient to work hard to get that growth. The only way that we can succeed and get that is by us redirecting ourselves. How do we redirect ourselves? As a country, we have been through so much mentally, psychologically, we've been through so much, and that has not been taken care of. We have been through war, civil war, the worst in the world that is recorded. That was not taken care of. The war ended all right, but mentally we were not taken care of. We've been through Ebola, where we had mass graves all over this country. We've been through Corona, and then we had the recent virus that came. All of these are traumas. And so when you don't take care of every step of trauma that you go through, you become very hardened to yourself, to life. You throw the hardest ball. Sierra Leone is the way it is because this is all we've known all of our lives. You have to fight 10 times harder to get what it is that you deserve or what you need. And so we now have to get to the drawing table, go back to the nitty-gritties, the basics of teaching our young ones. Say, this is not okay, this is not right. This is the right way, not by you imposing, but giving them 2 different ways and let them choose their path. You have to give yourself permission to be. Forgive yourself, let go, and be in a space of rebuilding and rebranding yourself. I can't come to you and say, you're a news broadcaster. I like how you do, how you read the news or how you interview people. Then I add but there. Me adding but, that is me aborting what I have said in the first place. You understand? So I can come to you, I really do admire the way you do your interviews and this and that and the other. I am so. Introduce yourself so the person knows, why should I listen to you? Do you have the prerequisites and the skilled training for you to talk to me the way how you're talking to me? So instead of me adding but, aborting what I have already told you, it is me presenting something. Hey, maybe you can think of this other idea. Let's think of this other way to do it. That way you are scaling yourself for global platform. You understand? So for me, that's what I do. So even with my girls, I redirect them. I don't command them. I give them options. Come down to their level, have a conversation, because we're all human beings. We have to be able to respect ourselves. We have to be able to have boundaries. So these are the things that are affecting us in Sierra Leone. We don't understand boundaries. There's no self-respect. There's no respect for others. And there's also no confidentiality. We put everything out there. You cannot do that because I can't talk to you anyhow. I didn't make you, so I should not be able to break you. But in Sierra Leone, even though we know we didn't make you, we just want to break you. So when you keep breaking and breaking, how do you rebuild?
So so of course we'll come back to you shortly. Let's go to Dr. Felipe. So Dr. Felipe, of course, the partnership of Sierra Leone and UN is to try to see how, shall I say, make life easy or probably improve. So you mentioned, of course, the aim is to try, it's a youth-led innovation that you're working on. Realistically, we all know what's happening in the country, the crisis that our youth, because the majority of Sierra Leoneans are youth, are facing in the country. We'd like to know, I'm sure Sierra Leone would like to know, how is it, how is it that the UN is going to probably help with especially inflation shock that the country faces in a very frequent, almost every month or so. Come to think of it, the fuel price of yesterday, mind you, increase in fuel price is an increase of every other thing else, commodity, living standard, transportation, you name it, on and on and on. So of course, we'd like to, Sierra Leone may want to know, how is the UN, how shall I say, participation, partnering with Sierra Leone is going to help to try to see how we can cushion these issues that are happening with the youth, because you can't let the youth, if the youth are facing serious mental crisis or going through so much in life, really.
So those are many questions into one.
Well, it was just a short scenario, actually. A short scenario.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm able to address them all in a simple way. I'm not an economist also.
Absolutely.
I'm a medical doctor. I'm actually a pediatrician. I did a master's in business at some point. But again, I think the importance is it's where we set the expectations about what the UN can and what the UN cannot do. And I would say that the lead here, it's always at the national level. And that makes sense. Because the truth is that the only ones that know and understand what this country needs are Sierra Leoneans. And the people that represent Sierra Leone are the people that are chosen to represent Sierra Leone, so are the people in the government at the different levels of the country. So in addressing those structural topics that definitely are affecting everyday youth, because young people compose the majority of the country, so definitely when there is any of these issues like inflation or access to jobs or the pressure over their well-being and their mental health, there's a clear impact there. But the vision needs to come from national ownership and leadership. And the UN can be there as it is to support that vision with the skills that the UN can bring, the technical and the international experience, at some point the mobilization of some global funds to support some critical issues. And especially I think where the UN can bring the stronger expertise is in those governance and institutional transformations that are very needed to address these structural problems. But allow me, I'm also so tempted to react to what you were saying. I think it's such powerful bringing the topic of mindsets, and how this also it's a driver for a country and a global transformation. I think when we talk about youth, yes, of course, there's many challenges, and those challenges are not only here, are challenges across regions. Unemployment is a topic everywhere. It's not a topic here. Unfortunately, youth unemployment is 2.5 times higher than general unemployment in global, at the global numbers, but I think also there's a cultural change that is happening. And actually when you hear like especially Gen Zs, Gen Alphas, you will notice that. They're not waiting for permission. They are not only the largest generation ever of youth, but they're also the most educated generation ever. And that's something that we need also to understand, and the most interconnected generation ever. So also these discussions about the mindset are very critical. So I congratulate you also for this effort of bringing also this topic in terms of the heart of the opportunities that the country has on its youth.
So Dr. Paullier, you definitely have had engagements from different sectors, and I'm sure by now you must have formed a perspective. So from your perspective, and probably the UN perspective, what unique potential do you see in the young people in Sierra Leone, and what do you think can be done urgently to unlock these potentials?
Mm-hmm. So I have to say, I mentioned this already earlier in another interview, and it's because I really feel it. No, I mentioned I come from Latin America, so I'm originally from Uruguay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some things in common with Sierra Leone because we also love football. We also have coast in the Atlantic, so we have that ocean in common. But there are very different regions, even in terms of demographics, no? And every time I visit a country in Africa, and this is the feeling from these days, here there is vibrancy, no? There is movement, there is innovation, there is creativeness. I would say that the creativeness of young people in Africa and here in Sierra Leone is one of those competitive advantages I can see, no? And maybe that creativeness and that capacity to innovate, it's coming also from the resilience. You were talking about the multiplicity of huge challenges that this country has faced in the last few years, and you've been able to continue moving forward, no? And continue to live in peace. So it's amazing in this country, the inter-religious dialogue, no? For me, it was really incredible to see meeting startings with Muslims and Christian prayers, no, at the same space. That is not something that happens everywhere, no. So I think that resilience, but this also creativeness of the youth is the biggest asset of this country. And how to unlock that, I think it's through meaningful participation. I'm fully convinced about that. I know that sometimes it can feel a bit utopic, and somehow meaningful participation is an utopia.
It is.
Because it's an imperfect process. It will always be imperfect. But I think that commitment to be serious about how we engage youth and how we collaborate with youth, from the private sector to the civil society and to the government, and also we start driving those structural reforms in terms of how we have more young people in power, how we have more young people in elected positions, how we have more young people in appointed positions. No, I'm pleased to see many deputy ministers, young ministers in this cabinet, but that also needs to go to private sector, and that also needs to go to civil society. No, so I would say the true partnership, no, the trusted partnership, and the meaningful participation piece for me will unlock that potential.
If you should take one peculiar thing about Sierra Leone, a beautiful peculiar thing about Sierra Leone, back home, how many days have you spent in Sierra Leone already?
It's been 5 days.
Well, you're not Salon Bobo now.
She says you're a Sierra Leonean now. He was a bit lost.
I need to learn how to do Creole.
So can you say any word in Creole already?
No, you've probably learned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I need to learn more.
So what will be that beautiful, peculiar thing that you'll take back home about Sierra Leone?
I have to say that something that really will keep in my mind was actually their arriving here.
The welcoming.
The welcoming, no?
Yeah.
The local music.
So that tells you in the Leone is not only the only country in the world where you use air, land, and sea to go, but we're also very warm and welcoming.
Yes, the young people that were there, were at the airport, no, with music to host me, in a very hospitable way, and also taking the boat, no.
Not everybody likes that.
I think, and seeing some small boats with the flags of the country, and it was a bit windy, and the sea wind. I think I will keep that with me.
I think you should take this with you when you go back home and you want to say hello to family and friends, just to let them understand you're coming from Sierra Leone. Just ask, howdy buddy. Can you say that?
Kushe.
Kushe.
Kushe?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Kushe, that's like hi. Say
Hi.
kushe.
Kushe.
Howdy body. Say howdy body.
How the body?
There you
And
go.
what's the response to that?
There you go.
Going
How
well?
are you
How are
doing?
yeah, that's
But what's
that's
the
what it means.
response?
How the body? I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Yes.
How
exactly.
the body?
I'm fine. I'm okay. so okay.
So yeah, of
Sonia,
course.
you
So
can
of
come in.
course, we're going to round up very soon. So lastly, before we let you go, I'd like to know what other mechanisms are going to be put in place to ensure transparency, accountability for that of youth developed program that you'll be bringing in.
So as I was mentioning, I think re-empowering the ongoing already spaces that the UN has within the country team, but also at the leadership level of the country team. I think something very, very clear was also this established youth and private sector group as a convener space to really scale up the initiatives where the UN is working, and something that also the country team will work in the implementation will be to have the UN its own relaunch youth reference group, to have also that advising voices from young people from the country coming from different sides of the country to really support the leadership of the UN here to really be youth focused, and also I was discussing this with the team. This will imply some tension, because when we are open to youth participation, that is what we need to expect.
Absolutely.
Because institutions are not used to that. This is a transformation that requires commitment at the leadership level, and also requires to be open to accept criticism and to accept different points of view. So I would say that those are the some of the few things that came out of this visit.
Doc, so you've been where you are now. Oh, it must have been a journey. And you draw from 15 years of experience in your field in psychology and of course leadership. What common mistakes do you see in young people in leadership at the moment based on your experience?
Arrogance.
Okay.
So I always tell this to people: when you're given the opportunity and privileged, you're handed power, any kind of power. Say you're leading this sector, this group of people, you're leading your home, your church, whatever. Wherever you're given that opportunity and privilege to lead, automatically you have become a public servant. You're serving. So leadership is more of serving than taking, than it is me, I am in charge. And that is the misconception that people have in Sierra Leone. When you're given a position to lead, you're to serve the people. Let's say the youth. When you look at the population in Sierra Leone, 65% is the young people. And so that is a huge sector. And so you have to come down to the level of these young people, put yourself in their shoes, understand their hearts, their worries, their pains, their stumbling blocks, and have a proper, healthy, one-on-one group dialogue with these young ones to understand where they're at, that can aid you to take them where they need to be at. For me, my challenges has always been a lot of time people will misunderstand my personality a lot, but there's time to play and there's time to be serious. Just as I play hard, I work hard, and in my works I'm always producing results that is satisfying not only to myself but to those that I provide these services or that I use my power with, not on. We have to learn to understand that when you're given power, it's a privilege, because out of 8 million people in the country, for me, I was appointed as the Deputy Minister of Tourism, not because I'm the most brilliant, not because I'm better than anybody, but because His Excellency had a first one encounter with me at the United Nations and see that she's a potential. I need her to come home. And so he personally calls and say, I need you to come home. Even though he's at power, I did ask, why me? And he says, why not you? And so we should have that sense of understanding where we are at the current position we're at, have gratitude, and work with everybody and anybody around us. Because just as you think you know it all because you're at the top, the man at the gate also has his own ideas, has his own smartness. The lady in the kitchen has hers. The secretary in your office has. So bring all of these people together, get to understand where we are all at, and set a one goal that can dress our masquerade to be perfect, to not only the icing of men, but for us, our own self-edification.
Yeah, I mean, the title of your book, The Different Kind of Power, it's a rich concept. And I'm intrigued. I think I don't even know how
Professor
to get
Joedi Ali called it sexy.
Oh.
He said the book is sexy.
It is.
Yeah, he did say. So I intentionally did that because they tell us in Sierra Leone we don't read. That if you want to hide knowledge from the people of Sierra Leone, just put it in a book. But then I intentionally did this. So, you know, Sierra Leone, we like takeaway bags.
Yes.
So I created a bag that is catchy. Oh, I want that bag. But for you to have this bag, there's something inside that you need to grab. From you grabbing and taking it out, you feel the texture of the book. You're like, oh, wow, this is nice. And you open. By the time you open the first page, it's an attention grabber. And by the time you blink, you're done reading the book.
Okay, so it's a rich concept.
Yes.
And I want to believe that many people, not just young people, would want to have a glimpse of it. Well, read it through and through, including myself. For many people, this concept of the different kind of power, the soft power, the quiet strength is new.
It's strange.
And well, I wouldn't say strange, but I think I would want to use the word new. It might be a new concept to many young people coming up. How can you demystify this concept to the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas? Briefly, by the way, the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas watching, because they don't have time for these things. All they care about is they have their Insta, or they have their Facebook, they have their this and their that.
So what we've done is we've caught up with them and understand where they are at mentally now.
Okay.
So that is us. I do photo shoots with the book, being all fun with the book. I do little snippets of videos, but it's like a creative kind of video.
Okay.
And then tell them, imagine if you actually grab a copy of this book, what you'll gain from this book. And you'll be amazed. The day of the book launching, we catered for 100 people. We had about 250 people, young people.
That must have been overwhelming.
Yes, at the Foreign Affairs, it was over full. And they're like, we want the book, we want the book. So we had Professor Joedi Ali, Raymond de Susan George, Professor Lako, Professor Tijan. What they've done is they've ordered for copies of this book to donate in different institutions, which is what I want.
Because I was going to ask,
So this book has been approved. We registered, I submitted it at the US Congress under authors and publications, and it was approved by UN, EU, AU, and ECOWAS. So it can be anywhere in the world, in any institution in the world, you can grab a copy and read.
Okay.
We have them in Frabe College, Milton Magai, number 57 Wilkinson Road. Professor Malam O actually did proofreading of the book, and he's like, when do you get the time to put such brilliance? And so he's one of the strong pillars that have been behind pushing, making sure that we launch this book here. So we have it everywhere.
So if I want to buy, how much would it cost me?
So this is 500,000. You have to invest in yourself.
In That's knowledge. A good
yes.
price, actually.
Not only knowledge, invest in yourself. This is a roadmap.
Okay. So what is the mindset? For instance, if I buy it now, what is one mindset shift you hope readers will take from reading your book?
Like I tell you, this book is not only for governance or for educational purpose. This teaches you and helps you how to have power and lead in your home, in your churches, in your schools, wherever, even with your children, because you're learning a different kind of power. Like you said, the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas. The approach our parents had in raising us and the approach now is two different things. And so you using soft power, that is you coming down to the level of these kids and let them know, Jonathan, we're not doing it this way. How about we try it this way?
Did you ever have the unexpected blows?
Oh, yes.
I hated that.
Who do you think you are? What are you feeling like?
Nobody escapes
I
that in
hated that.
Africa.
And then
No.
they'll be beating me
As long
with
as you
ask
have
not
hair.
to cry.
Yes, my mom that raised me, what she used to do, she would give me the slap of my life, and then she would tell me,
Blackout slap.
"You daddy in rose gold, say yes, ma." And so I am thankful to her for me daddy in rose gold, say yes, ma, in the slap, because I loved water, so I would disappear and go swim for hours and not come home. So she was very much afraid, but instead of her to make me understand that it is scary for her, she gave me the beating of my life.
You know,
But
we
I
have
never
a belief
stopped.
that you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
I'm grateful for all of that, trust me.
Well, I'm going to let you go
That
now
has
and
shaped
leave you
me.
with Sonia, but then this just came up. You know, I have a daughter as well. I have a daughter and a son, by the way. And sometimes,
it's not
honestly, I try to use the quiet strength.
I'll tell
and
you
the
this.
soft power, but it's not easy.
These kids are born politicians already. Yes, the kids are born politicians already. They understand you like a book. So they will look for the right moment, the right time to trigger you. And then they sit there and watch you misbehave. Like, mommy, why are you yelling? What did I do? So you just have to meet them.
That's my son for you.
2 steps ahead of where they're at. Kind of try to read their mind. I already know what you're thinking. Don't even try it. How do you know, mommy? Not that you know, but you just want to know where they're at. So for me, like my girls, I've got twin girls, Abigail and Jemima. They will pay attention to my mood. If I'm in a relaxed mode, hi mommy, pretty please, can we just go out to Gigi Bontan? And I'm like, who's taking you?
You?
But I think that a lot of what you're bringing, and allow me to highlight 2 things, because I think it's very critical, and I find this big topic a substantive one. No? One of the key issues that with my office, with the UN Youth Office, we're pushing is actually a different discussion when we're talking about mental health and well-being. And I think there's a lot of what you're bringing here on that dimension. No? The need for a different type of leadership in a world that it's much more complex than before in terms of uncertainties. Like every day, the world is changing.
Yep.
Through technology, through AI, the amount of knowledge, the amount of information we are constantly receiving, it's huge,
It's
no? And that's why also Gen Alphas and Gen Zs are actually very different in the way they want to interact with institutions, with public discussions, no? So I think that's one piece, no? The need also for a different type of leadership, much more human leadership, a leadership that also recognizes that we don't have the answers to everything. And that's something very needed at this point of the world. And on the second hand, I think the issue of communication, you know, it's a key topic one, and communication, not only communication when it's about handling social media, the one-to-one conversations, no, how we approach each other, no, and instead of even in the relationship with your couple, no, it's not really about tapping on those things that are not working, but also tapping on how we are feeling about things. No? It's how I feel with something which is happening, and not saying this is because of you. It's I'm feeling this way. What can we do to solve this problem? No, so I found it very interesting, and I always love discussing with psychologists because I think they bring this perspective to us.
You see, Khadija, you know, some people may have not read the book already, but just by the little discussion we're having, it's quite, you know, catchy.
It is.
It actually tells that it's going to really go far and beyond your imagination.
Well,
so Leslie would like to know, how will someone be able to purchase it, where to purchase?
So they can message us on social media at Khadija to Grace on Facebook, of course at Khadija to Grace on LinkedIn, but then number 57 Wilkinson Road, you can grab copies there. I know the universities that have purchased the book, it's only for the students that attend there. They actually go to their library and grab and read. So if somebody wants, they can reach out on those social media handles. We can have it over to them.
Okay. So, of course, lastly, Dr. Felipe, sadly we don't have enough time. We have to let you guys go. So what will be your final message to Sierra Leoneans?
So I would say thank you. It's been really a wonderful week. I've learned a lot from this country, and I think that yes, there's still many challenges, but if this country puts youth at the center, you have a very promising future.
True, absolutely.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we'll draw down the curtains on Wake Up Sierra Leone this morning. We want to say thank you very much to sponsor Commercial Bank for the support of the program, and we want to say thank you very much to all our viewers around the world and within Sierra Leone. We do love you. Continue to stay tuned to AYV News. Of course, we are on channel 33, and you can get us on Facebook and on Radio 101.7 FM. Until we meet again for another interesting edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone, I am Alimatu Judge.
And I am Sonia Jafal. Do have a blessed weekend and happy or blessed Good Friday to you all. Bye-bye.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rocal Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combra account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service. Showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rocal SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, AfriMoney, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rocal e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rocal Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on 8th August 2024, Statutory Instrument Number 8 of 2024 regarding the conduct of nationwide population and housing census was successfully laid in Parliament. On 29th August 2024, this statutory instrument became effective following 21 days from its laying. Therefore, in line with the decennial census calendar, I am pleased to announce that my government will conduct a nationwide population and housing census.
It's 2026, we dey get with census. Make all man tell him fambulem, and every responsibility for bring development. Make all man tell him fambulem. From the east to the west, blah blah blah. From the north to the south, no matter how you dare or you try, blah blah blah. Mama or papa, blah blah blah. What picking on grandpa, blah blah blah. Auntie or uncle, blah blah blah. May they come to you, yeah. One people, one nation. May they come to you. Yeah. Now we number go bills alone. May they come to you. Yeah. No person say you not here. May they come to you. May they come to you.
Blah blah blah. Make we come together now, brother sister. Nothing saying no matter no. No left behind no.
The census go make you get the access. For make you go vote now this land. Let the all you. If you don't want make them country again, make them creep you. Cause this time you're salon for right.
See what you been a second cabo aduo. We bring good news, salon people here yo. Census don't come again. We ready for contact, sky from the young to the old. Say the census go help make development day. Allow me then continue until you know go pay. It go air plan, more schools, hospital and light, even water for you community. Who say you there?
May they come to you. Yeah, one people, one nation. May they come to you. Now we number go build salon. May they come to you. No person say you not here. May they come to you. May they come to you.
Census they come, the other we cooperate. Tell mama and papa, then get for country all, dear make we all ready. Census go help for make we know we safe, and who say we stand. If you claim say you love salon, who say development day, na day you for day.
Yambo tegina, mimbo tegina, mingo teteke biambe. Ka 2026 census na me right, census na you right. Family, imagine if they count everybody, they left you out.
Amulemba kotumo bawa, upoka kufuni ngesa gbele tuwa. Tonya, ye amu buji hule panda. Wabulo le tabo bawa baya ganga. Ye tumo bawa mudagbe behave. Kometi ya go salon bate mukweleva. Nyabi yina na metabo bawa na. Do mama kome kolabo ganya delega ina.
Kakotone dim din dang, dim din dang, dim din dang. Katsap katsa ting angkape katsa konkel, angkape katsa panganda yer. Abagato bagats, aindo kor. Akalene, sa mojamu, agatamu, sarentamu. Donye, mama maritaka ngonsu.
Ame ya timi wandi, timi wandi. Ame ya timi wandi, timi wandi. Mwa kongo tami wandi, ungewa menda milwena wo. Ya kongo tabi wandi, ungeba handa bebe holo.
From the east to the west, blama blama. From the north to the south, blama. No matter how you dare or you try, blama blama. You want to go, mama or papa, blama blama. One picking on grandpa, blama blama. Auntie or uncle, blama blama. Motibe may they come to you. Yeah, one people, one nation. May they come to you. Yeah, now we number go build salon. May they come to you. No person say you not here. May they come to you. Yeah, may they come to you.
Still watching Wake Up Sierra Leone here on AYV TV and radio. Don't forget, you can always send in your comments and inputs to our Facebook page, AYV News. And now we're also on YouTube, TikTok, and all the other social media handles.
And for our final segment, we have with us Aminish, the first runner-up, Housemate Sierra Leone Season 4 is here to premiere her video titled Spoiler. And we also have J Rims. J Rims is a contemporary rapper and a hip-hop artist who has captured the hearts of many young Sierra Leoneans with his unique sound. He is well known for his song titled Jail Os, featuring Block Jones. The song captured the daily life of youth in Sierra Leone with themes like prison reforms and youth empowerment. In his recent work, his trendy song titled Castaway. He's also here to talk about his musical journey, the rap culture in Sierra Leone, and many more. Good morning, beautiful lady and gentleman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, of course, Jerry, let's start with you. So, take us through how your musical rap journey has been so far.
Good morning once again, and thanks for having me. I would say it's smooth and also bittersweet ride. Where like not that easy, but it's been a good one so far. Starting all the way back from 2013, I've been in the rap scene, doing a couple of singles and also mixtapes out there, and I'm here now at this point. Fast forward, just to see how best I can promote my upcoming, my new single, sorry, that I've just released, which is Castaway. So it has been not so smooth, but a bumpy ride so far in the entertainment industry. Of course, we all know how it is, but so far so good. I'm good, and we are here.
Okay, so of course, it's always appropriate to start with ladies first. So, but still, so let's go over to you, Aminish. So welcome, of course, first one of our housemates. Congratulations once more. We're actually happy for you, and I believe Sierra Leone is proud of you. And I did saw your, how shall I say, is it trailer of your video, Spoiler?
Spoil You.
Okay, Spoil You?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, apologies.
It's actually Spoil Him?
Spoil You.
Okay, Spoil You.
Oh, okay. Get it. So was it done in Dubai? I tend to see, from the trailer, I saw some, nice places that you can identify. Oh, that might be Dubai, and also I'm like, okay, she did make use of our trip there.
Yes. As a proud daughter of the AYV team, one thing I can say is we're smart, and we know how to take make good use of opportunities that comes our way, and that's exactly what I did. So during the 5-day trip to Dubai, that's when we squeezed in and tried to bring out, and of course, big shout out to Palma. Palma actually did the video.
Oh yeah,
yes. It was an amazing experience, being in Dubai for the first time, and having it at the back of my mind that I want to have fun, and then again thinking about work, that I must work. So it was a great experience.
So of course you just mentioned, so you practically, how shall I say, use one stone to kill two birds, and which was quite a smart one of what you did. So how was it like? What was it like really in Dubai? Did you actually, were you able to have all the time you needed, or because like you rightly mentioned, you used 5 days? That's quite a small amount of time to probably do a production of a video, at the same time having other responsibilities as well. So what was it like, during the shooting of the videos?
Basically, we went there and the fun started, but I already had it in my mind that I would love to do, I think everything happened was at God's appointed time. Because recording that song, I didn't even know I was going to.
Okay, it was already recorded a long time ago.
Yes,
okay.
Even before the house.
Okay.
So, and I mentioned Dubai, and it happens that I was.
Oh, okay. What a good coincidence then.
Praise God. Like, it's like manifesting.
Absolutely.
Saying something, and it actually came to pass. So I was grateful for that, for the experience. So we had fun. We had a lot of fun. The CEO, Mr. Navis, is a fun person to be around.
Absolutely.
And he loved giving us the opportunity to feel confidence around ourselves and around him as well. We met great people during the time. We even met the chief minister and some ministers at the time. So the networking and everything. We have, for me, that's fun for me, because I feel like any step I take towards my career, towards improving, is fun for me.
Absolutely.
So, and even outside of that, we still did have all the fun, you know, seeing new sites, seeing new. Hey, the offline picking, I like it. I was there looking at the buildings and all. So,
can imagine.
Big shout out, man, to the entire team of AYV.
Yes. So the title, Spoil You. One we want to know, how did it come about, that particular title? What exactly is the essence of this particular song?
So the concept of that song is a powerful message. Normally, in society, we have us women depending on men, to buy us cars, take us. You say, oh, would you call them? I would like to say dolma in my language. Like basically how the Nigerians say odogu. With money, they can spoil their women, give them vacations, cars, and everything. So I thought about it like I don't want to. Trying to trigger women's mind, trying to tell them that I've seen women even myself, in vulnerable situations because they can't provide for themselves. They can't, for me, having money is security. So I feel like us that cannot really provide the basic needs for ourselves, we are not secured because anything can meet you.
Absolutely.
So this particular song is trying to tell myself and other women out there that you cannot as well be that odogu. Have your money, choose the kind of man you want to be with, and leave when they start misbehaving.
I like the word choose.
Yes, like you don't have to just be with someone because you feel they can provide.
Yeah.
You actually be secure enough to actually go for the type of man you want, and give them, tell them what to do. Be powerful.
I
so
see.
So basically empowerment gives you a choice.
Yes.
Well, practically turning the woman into the odogo instead of the chalugo.
Yeah. So you are the odogo, you say, okay, I go buy you car, take you to Dubai. Me want to spoil you.
So empowerment gives you choice and it helps you set standards.
Absolutely.
Which is a good thing, and it's good that you're talking about that now, and women must take that seriously. Women must take that seriously because if you're not empowered, you find yourself, you get yourself stuck in a relationship you don't really want to be in. So Aminish, you're premiering the video today, and many Sierra Leoneans would say, why go to the premiere when I'm going to have access to the video after all? I mean, I'm going to see it on YouTube, it's going to be on Facebook and Instagram and the like. So what must they expect going to the premiering of this video today that is extra special from just watching it on Facebook or YouTube after the premiere?
I want them to see me talk about it because most of them listen to the song but they don't understand the message behind it. So that's why it's always important for us artists to come talk about the concept of our songs. And then, so again, I want them to see me glow. Like, I want them to see me in this vibrant mood, to see me really impressed with myself. And I want them to see their support through my eyes, how shiny my eyes are talking about this project. The fans actually came together, me offline together. Big shout out to them. There are these American ladies, they were a huge fan during the housemates, and they came together, contributed in sponsoring that video. So big shout out to me offliners, clackers, you guys. When I don't do something really huge, I am really happy about, and I appreciate them for that.
You're a very talented young woman and beautiful too. So but many people got to know you during the housemates show, and now we're seeing you and we're loving you, Aminish. Tell us a little bit about your journey since the end of the show.
Me, I can say no more timid Aminish. Okay, I knew going into that house.
You didn't seem like a timid Aminish in that house.
Hey, you will not understand.
So you just come like
out of our shell now.
That house shaped me. I can say that house shaped me. Going into that house, I was as nervous as some. That house shaped me. The process of being in there, everything that happened, you know, before the house, even after, during the house, and now after the house, my confidence and the fact that I am at a point where, as a young lady, I know what I want. I am not ashamed to follow my dream. I am as confident to feel that I am supposed to be anywhere, like I deserve to sit at any table, and actually pursue. I now have the network that I wanted. Now I can call people and they will give me, they will listen to me, because they know, like you said, they now know who I'm malicious, and not all that person do that, you know, all thanks to the AYV team and the housemates. They gave me the platform for people to get to know me on a personal level, to fall in love with my personality, to fall in love with what I stand for, and things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, so clearly, of course, as you rightly mentioned, housemate has been a positive impact in your life and all. So was there any form of, how shall I say, hesitation when the flyer was going about, the flyers were going out for candidates that may be interested in participating in housemates? I'm sure there must have been a lot of contemplation, thinking, should I go, should I not go, am I capable, am I not capable, and all sort of things.
Yeah.
So what was it like, you know, for you to even have the, I would say, the guts to decide to go for housemate?
I would say the people around me, as much as I wanted to come and I brought it up, but at a point, you know, I was contemplating, like, can I, like, agreeable with the kind of personality, living with strangers in a house, being in a confined space with them, like, agreeable handle that. So I definitely felt about that. But then the people around me kept encouraging me. You know, my manager, Mr. Davi, he was like, you they go, like, you're gonna go, and I think you can do anything. You know, my friends around, my family members, and like, this is a huge platform. As worst as it can get, people that will get to know you at least. So with that, and I needed that in my career at that point. So that's what really pushed me to take the step, and I am grateful that I did.
Okay, let me bring you in, JM.
Yeah.
How long have you been around the rap and hip-hop society here in Sierra Leone?
Well, a couple of years, I can say. Well, I started as early as 2012.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's not a couple. That's a long time.
we have the saying, when you're upstream and then you're, they are still here. So during those processes, so I'll say a couple of years, but actually started around that time, 2012. It's a couple of projects out, and I'm still here.
Okay, so many people do resonate with your songs because it speaks to real issues. Most of your songs do speak to real issues affecting the young people. For instance, you get Jill O's, right?
Yeah.
And Castaway.
Castaway, yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about Jill O's? What inspired the song?
Jill O's, as the title implies, is like the scenery and the area we are in, we find ourselves, we are in, the nation as a whole, like we are stuck in this kind of setting. And based on the things that we go around with the youth, governance and all other things them way they affect we go into that and decide to do jealous. And it speaks more about the daily life where we live and the hardships within they happen down the slums to the people them down there and all. So it's like mainly doing it for the street, doing it so that our voice need to be heard, because sometimes there are things that happens down there that the world doesn't see.
And also you did a song that you titled Castaway.
Yeah.
Even the word itself, the name itself implies a lot.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what specifically this Castaway is about?
Castaway is the new single that I've just released on my upcoming project. And as the name implies, it's an ancient kind of like concept. Back then, here in Sierra Leone, we used to have things that we'll say it's been driven as our culture, things that we are known of. But it's like inside our mind and our subconscious, we have let go of these small things that we used to know traditionally. So like our spirit the spirit, the ancient spirit, our forefather spirit that used to guide us back there, we are letting go gradually, and like we are losing our significance, our identity, the culture, the tradition that we used to show out there. Tradition we use for dance, paddle, we use for do lantern parade, we use for believe in the spirit, we use for believe say cocoa the way they fly, then get this kind of ancient belief we use for work with we mindset. But now we are losing based on the fact that we are trying to compete with the outside world. So instead of us to like develop what is our identity, things that used to move on with us, we are gradually letting go. So I do cast away to just preach to the nation that we still need to believe and we still need to move on in the right way as we are known as a nation.
Yeah, so Jeremy, that's quite actually a significant point that you just raised, being that especially the musical industry, they're losing the traditional ways of how music used to be done. There's no form of any particular identity.
Exactly.
Because like you mentioned, we're trying to copy the Western world, or even that of even the Nigerians. I even meant to understand that Afrobeat actually started in Sierra Leone.
Exactly.
It was a surprise to me, but then now you see other countries taking the lead in that and all. So it's a good thing that you're, how shall I say, trying to bring back all those traditional beats or sounds or Sierra Leone traditions to music, bringing it back to life and all. So of course that is definitely going to be something that will be quite different from what the other people are doing. So what is it that, so you may have this mindset trying to deviate from the regular or the plagiarism of what's happening in Sierra Leone. So what are the ways that you're using to try to see how other rappers, musicians in Sierra Leone should have the same realization as you just did, just to ensure that we have that form of identity and try to see how we can take the musical industry to the outside world as well?
Yeah, well, as a creative, first you have to understand your own mindset and try to see what actually you want to give out there, the concept, to the fans or the people that are listening to you. So in that regard, I'll say everybody knows what he or she is going into as a rapper, but we need to see how best we can try and do the things that matters. Sometimes we navigate away from the things that matters and forget to discuss or even try to put ourselves in the position of expressing what exactly we should actually express and give the fans what they need. So it's high time we try to make the people out there listen to us and know that our voice matters. And whatever you say or whatever you try to put in your song should be able to at least convince one or two people that this is good and this is what we should. So as a creative, we should do best, we do our best, and then see how best we can able to connect with it.
So trying to get some of these sounds, because most of, how shall I say, our traditional songs or sounds are mainly done by these, how do they call them, those local musicians?
Local drum, bata, killing and all those.
So how is it that the Gen Z or younger generation will be able to take those sounds, amplify it in the actual modern way that we do music right now? Is it a situation where probably they have to engage with these people, probably teach them or how to go about it?
Exactly. That's something we should do, and that's something me in particular I'm trying to do when I'm doing my songs, because most times my songs, my instruments are local made. In as much as I'm a rapper, blending it with the rap and genre, but I made sure that there is an element of Sierra Leonean instrument that is being played in there. Like you said, Afrobeat actually started here in Sierra Leone, but the Gen Z, when they came around, all they met was the Nigeria songs that have been taken over all around. So they are more used to those sounds rather than the original sound of Sierra Leone. So it's us again as a creative to try and see how best we can able to fuse our own sound and then make them understand that this is us, this is our identity, and this is what we should move out there.
Sierra Leone's rap culture is evolving. Everything is evolving.
Yeah.
How would you describe the current state of the hip-hop culture in Sierra Leone at the moment?
I would say tension.
There's tension.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension around.
Okay, how so?
Of course, we are all there, social media, seeing what goes around, and then yes, the hip hop in particular is for Sierra Leone level. I would say maybe 50 or 60% of the fans out there, they actually listen to hip hop. So it's wide and it plays a huge role. But the tension that is going on around of everybody want to be, I'm the best, you are the best, I'm the king. Instead of we try to use the poetic, part of the rap culture, because there are different parts of the rap culture. You wanted to do it for the fame, maybe you wanted to do it just to, be yourself, feel yourself. But sometimes you have to think, this is a culture, this is music that we use to, spread message. But here now, like I said, there's a lot of tension, there are a lot of kings, there are
Why do you think that is? Well, of course, one thing we know for sure is the fact that we have two very big hip hop artists who are always back and forth. I mean, we have LJ, we have Caldineo, and these two people do have their fans. Well, they have a very big fan base, the both of them. And for a country like Sierra Leone that's going through its own at the moment, economically and otherwise, when you have a lot of disgruntled youths who thinks they deserve better than where they are at the moment. How do you think music, since music do have a huge influence over the youth and of course the young culture in Sierra Leone, how do you think music can come in to help cushion this effect of lack of job opportunities, unemployment, and of course the drug peddling and addiction in the country? What role do you think music can play to cushion these effects and to ensure that it sends the message that will put the youths in the right direction and in the right mindset?
Like we usually said, music is the food for the soul. So if you send out the right message, or probably as a creative, we have to tap into the mindset or maybe the life set of other people. So like I did in Jealous, it's preached a lot about the drugs, the system, some of the things that we're supposed to benefit as a nation or probably as a youth that are not happening in the physical eyes. So like sending down the message or going down to the level of the people that are actually, struggling, feeling the pains, the real pain that I'm talking about. You going down there, relate with their stories and then try to send a message. Some of them don't have the voice. They don't have the platform to do it. But here we have the voice, we have the platform. So all we can do is make a good use of it and then tell their story, let them know that we are here and we are existing. So people out there need to know that we are here and we are existing. Of course, I don't really say the community and the men, the Peking, we all know growing up. But now we all see visually that the community and the poor, the Peking actually right now. Because when you're small, you not even talk to big one, MEIB. So if they go astray, somebody will not even know you, go able to tap you and will deal with you, put you into order before even you reach home. In that sense we are in, if they don't discipline you first, even you, they scared for let them go let you complain back. But now we are all seeing what's happening and then everybody is just given a, blind eye. Probably it has not happened to you or someone that you love, but realistically, like you said, the drugs is killing the youth and we are saying the future leaders of tomorrow, but the future leaders are, all down there, struggling with drug addiction. So how can we have a better nation if we cannot send the message that actually requires instead of doing the tension?
So what would you say to musicians who are actually posturing themselves to do the opposite of sending the right messages to disease? For instance, you can hear a song, a rapper rap like, "Why don't take me cool?" I'm sure you must have had police.
Interestingly, you notice that the music that will not get any meaning are actually trendy.
Exactly.
They trend past those with actual meanings, So you can tell that, even the mindset, not only a sober-minded person will even appreciate what you're doing, but they like the other things that makes no sense at all.
So what would you say to them?
Well, like I said again, it's difficult, but again, it has to start somewhere. It's a choice. Like I said on Castaway, there's a line that I used there that I said, you are free to choose, but you're not going to escape the consequence of your choice. So like we all get this free will and we all get the power. But like you said, the music, the rap game, you get commercial acts, you get of course the marketing. Mainly most of the rappers doing commercial are the one that's bringing the tension, like you said. And saying those things is just like flexing. Sometimes we are flexing because it's happening. Sometimes some people pass the message not in the right way, like we are using this, and you know that we are using this, and we should not. But it's just flexing.
But Jeremy, do you think, I know you're not the president for, regarding rap game and all, but of course I'm sure there's always probably a meeting where all of you come together, have contributions, suggestion and all. Don't you think probably there should be, how shall I say, a choice of music that should be going out there, a selection to ensure that whomsoever that is responsible, who may be the president, to listen to some of these songs, to ensure that the right messages are being sent, and not to all man could just record in a studio and just publish them anyhow. Because it's like as if there's no control at all.
Exactly, that's the right word. There is no control.
Is there an association that regulates your activities? And
well, for me, I can say personally, I do not belong in any association.
But all is there any?
I know that there are associations out there. Of course, the Sierra Leone Music Artists Union, I think. Yeah, there. Of course, we also have the office of the ambassador, which these are the offices that are, responsible for, putting the structure, setting the structure, the control, like you said. But it's difficult when you, like doing music and there is no control. There is no structure. We are all like all Monday on you, Nayasona Salon. We do clean all Monday on you. Like actually that's how we are how the music is. There is no structure, there is no control. Everybody is just releasing what he or she feels like releasing. So and like you say, people and they out there with the listen, everybody get different mindsets and different is. So man, that one the way you feel say enough for play, now anyone for listen at that moment based on the mood. So it all depends on the mood and the message again that we are saying. But it is good if we can be able to like set the structure, get rules and say these are what you should do as an entertainer to see how best we can be able to, compete with the international markets and all.
So of course, you're part of the same, musical organization, I would say, because you do music as well. So what are the, how shall I say, like Alima was mentioning, there's a lot of things happening with youth. Of course, I know say this song here we do lately, it's far different from that. This is trying to give ladies, the Odogu vibe instead of the Achalugo. So you've seen, so what would be your own message out there, or probably a contribution that you think artists should be to ensure in their type of messages you should implement in their songs to ensure it sends out the right message, and to try to see how we can change a lot of mindset of particularly the young people, and also even, how shall I say, the leaders, the ambassadors, because a lot, like Halima was mentioning, the one that already fit now this media, these are like the prominent artists that people look up to. In fact, if they say run, all man they run. If they say freeze, all man they freeze. Exactly, So these are people who for the set, the brighter role, not all the opposite way. But it's a good thing. That's why it's a good thing we have, diverse people. Sorry. So such as yourself, him, and many other more people as well. So what would be your own message for trying to see how we can tackle this particular situation happening in your industry?
I can say, me na like just small picking. Like the industry is so big. It's so big. I wish my voice powerful as we two leaders.
Well, now you have it.
It is.
Through housemates, you've gotten it all. Like you mentioned, it's how we knocked it open.
Yes. But then again, there can always, we have this word where we can hear as upcoming artists where they can say industry they inside industry. Like they can make we feel like we they part up, like they are the ones controlling what can happen in the industry. So as much as we get few people where they listen to, we get that power there, so we can just continue for put time in a way where the people who are following us can actually see the other side of what to follow and how things can be if, just in case they stay positive just in case they are focused. So we're using the little platform we have in doing that. But then again, it will be beautiful if us that actually that are pushing the right messages, that are living in an example of a footstep, like to have more platform, to have more power. Just like when my brother say, most of the times they want the way they can say like songs where not even make sense, where they send the wrong message, where you as a sober-minded person they think say my child should not listen to songs like this. Now that kind of song then they trend, and where they put decent songs out there, they send the right message, they send it like sometimes we could just get few views, like it's not easy for keep up with that. It's like the youth are distracted already. They have what they are looking for. Anything we go just make them even do more of waiting already they go wrong. And I always they say our future, if we not take time, with future is cooked. The next generation is cooked if we not try for balance this thing. It's good to stay vibing, but vibing can actually take you to a result where you will not be proud of at a certain age.
Maybe we should learn to vibe responsibly.
Responsibly.
So Aminish, before because today in AYV we have a birthday to celebrate.
Yes.
So we are all in the mood. But before we get to the celebrations of our very own CEO, Ambassador Junior Navo, take us through the location, time, how much it will cost someone to be a part of the premiering of your video today.
The premiere is online.
It's online?
Yes,
Okay.
It's not like we have a venue for anything.
Okay.
So the premiere is online. It's actually premiered now. It's Spoil You is live on all social media platforms right now. So the links are out. If you're following Aminish on my channel, you probably go don't get notification for go watch the new video. So it's
well, join us to wish Ambassador a happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. He loved my song. He's a big fan. I would love to sing a little bit, and then I push in my message. Hey, so then I did in a good mood today as well because my papa is celebrating special day.
Okay. Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, CEO. We own Papa. We own Joy Giver. He's such a vibe.
Oh, he is. Well, Ambassador Anthony Junior Navo, on behalf of the entire staff of AYV Media Empire, whether you're in Freetown or in the provinces, I mean, we have this message for you. And we're certain that you're watching us right now.
Absolutely.
It says, on behalf of the entire AYV family, we want to wish our founder and CEO, Ambassador Anthony Navo Jr., a very, very special birthday. We appreciate that Ambassador Navo Jr. has dedicated his life to the service of others, giving voices to young people and local communities across the world, and carrying out all his roles with extraordinary grace, compassion, and humility. Ambassador Navo Jr. is our champion.
Indeed.
And we could not be more proud of him. You're not just a boss, but also a mentor and a great friend. Wishing you good health, peace, prosperity, more and more and more and more money.
Oh, yeah.
And boundless energy to lead our company to a new success. We want to say a very happy birthday to you, Ambassador Navo Jr., and may you live long.
Amen.
May you continue to support us.
Amen.
And to lead us all. Mr. Navo, we want to say we love you very much.
Love you.
And we do appreciate your strides. We do appreciate every little thing you're doing to ensure that Sierra Leone goes somewhere and we all are part of the change that you're so badly working towards. We hope this birthday is a bang and you'll see many, 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 many more years. I don't know if Sonia wants to say something.
Of course, but there's no way, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, sang, so it'd be good for, you know,
well, we all sang together. Yeah, do you want to say something to Mr. Nabo?
Well, I would just say happy
maybe rap a happy birthday for
small camouflage.
Okay, I would say a happy birthday is going to you and celebrating this day. I'm happy for you and pray to the Lord to help you to give you all that you need and may your dreams come true. More money, work a fine at this industry. Make we all be able to enjoy the afternoon where you serve get. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Of course, I know Mr. Nabo the power watcher right now. So I want to wish you a happy birthday. We're grateful. I personally am grateful for having you. Like she mentioned, you're not just a boss. You're a friend, you're a brother, you know, with Papa, you are everything. So we pray that the good Lord will grant you good health, long life and prosperity, and may all your good heart's desires, you know, come and be granted to you. We wish you nothing but the absolute best of everything, and we're happy to be part of this journey with you, and we'll ensure that we'll go through this journey with you.
And I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Navo, for all that you do.
Absolutely.
For seeing the best in people who think they're not all that, for making heroes out of nobodies. We want to say we do appreciate you, and we're praying that Sierra Leone will be blessed with many more of your type in due course. And this birthday will bring you all the happiness you deserve and even more. We're waiting for our
birthday cake
and a cake because we're all putting on our
dancing. In fact, we're not going anywhere today. We need more camera can celebrate.
So we hope you have a very, very beautiful birthday, Mr. Navo. This is where we'll draw the curtains down on today's edition of Wake Up Sierra Leone. We want to say thank you to our sponsor, Commercial Bank, for your support of this program, and we also want to say thank you very much to our viewers for your love and support. I have been your host, Alimata Judge.
And I am Sonia Jafar. Stay tuned to AYV throughout the day as we have other exciting programs coming up. Well, blessed Good Friday again, and do enjoy.
Each argument sound. Yo.
Bad boy. Get your cameras out there. Because the revolution is about to be televised.
We are one. Long glady one. Someone come on a jail. You sleep you lost. Cause we are one. Long glady one. Someone come on a jail. You sleep you lost. Monday, big up the Monday, the bad one we did. Monday, big up the Monday, the bad one we did.
Now your son a salon, we dog clean all man de panion. Patient dog don't tire for waiting, grab buffet for the bone. Back man the gap and tag himself, say inna the king of the throne. The big full on buckle line, too many drummers carrying the smartphone. Me at one, no fire, I don't try, I don't tire. Woman the damn the league, now the water they run we higher. Okay, look them wire, busy the feds for power. Where I don't block lecture with bed then take on begin the fire. Buy it up, no lights, alone the top for full like boss kite. The economy done, the fan do forget good medical mass, you catch flights. We know they take nothing serious, man they short sights and exactious. Even for clean salon as the boys them pass cross,
we at one, long glady one, someone come on a jail. You sleep you lost. Cause we at one, long glady one.
lost focus. Monday, big up the Monday. Monday, the bad one with it. Monday, big up the Monday, the bad one with it.
The industry for you, so lebele, banga. Salon first, na Nigeria music them play. Can't see ranka, I like the mommy bar, yeah. In TikTok moves like Sampa. Even nature know the last year for Fox F, Bassman King Coco Samba. Man and they make like all thing okay self. When the country indoor like a bread nef. Leon stand now they win, booyah the struggles with my make us spine wef. Jerim left at the top.
Only they can see.